Hello everyone. Today's video we are going to look for NIT National Institute of Technology Warangal. They announced for PhD admission notification. That's a detail only. We are going to look in this video in a detailed way. Okay. So without making delay, let's see all the detail. If you are not a subscriber, you can subscribe the channel and keep on watch. Okay, so from here we are going to look for the overview of NIT. If you're looking for the history, that is almost 378 plus, more than 378 faculty they have done for interdisciplinary research, and 1250 plus no, they produce for PhDs working in currently they are working in top IIT and NIT and RNT labs and all. Okay, this much of PhD candidate they produced already. And if you're looking in a sense 24/7 as a whole day, 1000 plus laboratories and centers of excellence is available under NIT Warangal, and 125 plus patent they filed, and 4 technologies already transferred. This happened for within 2 years, and 39 plus startups supported by section 8 companies, and 3 has been incorporated by current PhD students. Okay, those who are doing for PhD, even though they incorporated for the 3 of them incorporated currently, okay, for the company. So 250 plus, if you're 250 plus acre green fully residential campus is available, those who are doing for PhD. And if you're looking for the scholarship, how much they are investing for each and every scholar, that's the thing they have given here. So year 1 and 2, the first year and second year, they are giving 37,000 per month, and third, fourth and fifth year they are giving for 42,000 per month. Okay, it might be extended based on the doctoral scrutiny committee review. Okay, so from here the important thing they have given, the accommodation provided for unmarried scholars. Okay, on our fully residential campus they are providing for accommodation for the unmarried scholars, that they have given clearly. And if you're looking for the department, whatever department is available, whether you're going to apply for PhD in a science engineering department, under that civil engineering, mechanical, electronic and communication, material, chemical and computer science and engineering, and fundamental and applied sciences, if you're looking in a science, physics, chemistry, mathematics, computational data science and biotechnology, human and system management, humanities and social sciences and management studies. So these are the departments available. Suppose if you're going to apply in a sense, you can look it over there. Under that, some specialized area is also they have given, that we can look at end of this video, what are the areas and everything else. Okay, and very important thing they have given over here, they categorize for full-time category A to G, and part-time they categorize for H to K, and executive PhD for category I. So for major profile, if you're looking over here for full-time dedicated campus researchers, sponsored fellow and self-financed. Okay, from here if you're doing for PhD, definitely you will get the scholarship under this scheme, whether it will be under sponsored fellow or self-financed. Okay, that means self-financed scholars, the institute will sponsor for the fellowship. And residency, if you're looking in a sense, mandatory campus stay, you should stay in the campus if you're doing for full-time PhD. And fellowship, if you're looking in a sense, you are eligible institute or external. Okay, any one's fellowship you will get it. Any special requirement, nothing is required. And part-time, if you're looking in a sense, has 2K. So the permanent faculty from academic institutions, if you're working in any colleges, or else for employee from government or private warranty industries, in a sense, you are eligible to do for part-time. And coursework period only, you can stay in the hostel. Okay, and you're not eligible for the fellowship, and there is no other special requirement will be available for part-time. And executive PhD, if you're looking in a sense, the working professional, those who not belong to this category. Okay, so not required any minimum experience, and those people exempted from minimum residential requirement. Residential, you're exempted. Okay, you will get it for minimum residential only, these people, and you're not eligible for fellowship also. And very important thing, you need to complete for 4 online certification within 1 year under NPTEL. So this NPTEL is government approved online course. We can learn it in a free way. So from there, at any 4 certifications should be required, that is also should be completed within a year. That's very important they have given. And what is a qualification is required for selecting, in a sense, they have given for 60% of marks, or else for CGPA, in a sense, that is 6.5 CGPA in both UG as well as PG is required for general category, and 55% or else 6.0 CGP for SC ST PWT candidate. That's a basic one. And apart from that, they are conducting for written test along with an interview, right? So for a written test, who will be exempted, okay, who not required to write the examination, in a sense, candidate with government and semi-government fellowship, that is category B and F. Okay, so that's the thing. See here, B and F will come this category. This category people exempted, not required to write for examination, and industry sponsored candidate not required, and part-time industry or government employees, that is 2 to 3 years experience, those who possessed in a sense, those people not required to write for the examination. And for institute fellowship category A, the project fellowship category C. So institute fellowship you will get it, and project fellowship and self-finance category, suppose if you're funding your education, only if they have valid gate and net score. So these category you should possess for gate and net score. Okay, if you're having, in a sense, you will be exempted for the written test. Okay, and you will be getting for institute fellow or external fellowship, or else you can do it for self-finance fellowship. That means we need to do it our own funding for the tuition fee and everything. So apart from these people, you need to write it for written test along with an interview. Okay, suppose if you're having for a gate score, in a sense, you're not required to write for written examination, but you need to attend for interview. And another candidate, you have written for gate or net, whatever it may be, but you're not possessing for valid score, in a sense, those people also not eligible. Okay, so keep in mind those things. And it's very important, all category, whether you have completed any national level examination or your written test conducted by NIT Warangal, those two people eligible to attend for interview. So whatever the category, you need to attend for an interview for the admission before selection. So for the tuition fee, if you're looking in a sense, full-time and part-time candidate for standard, that is the first semester, you need to pay for 57,500. That is tuition fee will be coming for 15K and others 42.5K. The full-time self-finance candidate, you need to pay for first semester 1,02,500. In the tuition fee, if you're looking in a sense, 50,000, and contingency will be 10,000. Others will come for 42,500. For executive PhD, those who are doing for private industries and don't have any experience, not required any minimum experience, those kind of candidate, initial enrollment itself 2 lakh you need to pay. The recurring semester fee, that is rupees 1,50,000, from second semester onwards you need to pay. Semester fee, that is each semester you need to pay. Apart from that, all the candidate convocation and thesis evaluation fee you need to, it should be applied for semester 5 onwards. Its amount 42,500 will be a total. So this 42,500 from here it will not include. So the important date, if you're looking in a sense, March 27th the application has been opened, and the last date will be April 18th will be in deadline. Okay, and May 6th shortlist will be announced, and May 20 to 26 written test and interview. This shortlist, in a sense, you're applying and you're mentioning, right, a gate and net score and all those things. After that they will announce for the list whoever need to write for the examination, whoever not required to write for the examination. Okay, so write for examination, in a sense, May 20 to 26, and after that the phase 1 and fees payment and all May 29 to June 2, and June 5 to June 16 phase 2 and 3 selection for vacant seats, that will be announced. So these are all the important dates. And before that, before you're going to apply for a respective portal, you need to keep it ready for SCST, that is SSC, senior secondary and class 10th and intermediate class 12 certificate is required. UG, PG degree or provisional certificate are required, and mark, that is a consolidated memo, mark memos, in a sense, consolidated statement, all the subject how much you have scored, that is what, and research proposal and photograph is required, and valid gate, net or cat scorecard if applicable. Okay, suppose if you're applying for a part-time, in a sense, for OBC non-creamy layers, general and EWS, the employer NOC certificate must be issued on or after April 1st 2026, March 27 for NOC. Okay, so that's very important. And application fees is available while you're applying through online. So 1,000 for general, EWS and OBC, and 500 for SCST PWD candidate. This is what application fee. You need to go for this respective portal, you need to apply on it. We will look this site right now. So this is what the site, I will give in the description. Okay, you can click and go over there. Once you're clicking this PhD admission, from here all the detail will be available, and if you want to go through for full detail, just you can click for the browser for PhD admission. Okay, once you're clicking for browser for PhD admission, this is what the detail will be opened. Okay, so totally if you're looking in a sense, full detail will be available. So before going to apply, you need to go through all those things. So totally 38 pages is available. This is what we explained through the presentation over here. Okay, so that's the thing is available. And suppose you're going to apply, in a sense, you need to register over here. Applicant ID and the password is available. The first time you're going to register, in a sense, click over here for new registration. Okay, once you're clicking, and after that you can update all the detail. I think this respective information is very helpful to you. If it is helpful, in a sense, you can like as well as follow this channel for getting all the update, and share to your friends those who are looking for PhD admission. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching this. Bye.